due to an incident that occurred around December of 2023.
Yes, ma'am.
And that incident was a physical altercation at your home.
Yes, ma'am.
And that was Mr. Cotton and his current wife.
Correct.
Enjoy the video. Hit the like button.
Each of you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this cause will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Mr. Cotton?
Yes, ma'am.
And Ms. Taylor?
Yes, ma'am.
You may both lower your hands. And Ms. Sweet, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. We are here on the state's petition to establish the parent-child relationship. We do have a partially agreed temporary order. If I may go over the agreed terms and then take testimony.
Hold on one second. You may.
Thank you, Your Honor. There's one child before the court, born February 19th, 2014. This court had previously ordered parentage testing, and I offer what's been marked for identification purposes as State's Exhibit A, the parentage test results, showing that Mr. Cotton cannot be excluded as Jaden's father.
State's Exhibit A is admitted.
Thank you, Your Honor. Parents have agreed that they will be joint managing conservators of the child, with Ms. Taylor having the exclusive right to determine the child's residence within the state of Texas. Parents have agreed to a standard possession schedule. Parents have agreed that Mr. Cotton will provide private health and dental insurance through his employer, and that any additional healthcare expenses will be covered 50-50. Parents have also agreed that this will be a temporary order, and that we will come back for a final setting on September 29th, 2025 at 8:30 in the morning. That is the extent of the agreed terms, if I may call Ms. Taylor.
1 second. It was private health insurance through mom's employer?
I apologize, Your Honor, father's employer.
Okay.
Private health and dental, Your Honor, through father.
Okay. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Taylor, what is your full name?
Kiara Taylor.
Did you hear the terms I read to the court?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand those terms?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you in agreement with those terms and believe in the best interest of your daughter?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you have safety concerns with Mr. Cotton having your address moving forward?
Yes, ma'am.
Does he currently have your phone number?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you comfortable with including that and giving that to Mr. Cotton for communication purposes?
Yes, ma'am.
And the reason you have safety concerns was that due to an incident that occurred around December of 2023?
Yes, ma'am.
And that incident was a physical altercation at your home?
Yes, ma'am.
And that was Mr. Cotton and his current wife?
Correct.
And that had been, how many times in that 2-week period had they visited your home uninvited?
That was probably like the 3rd or the 4th time that they had showed up.
And is that the reason that you're requesting that your address not be included in the order?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you are requesting the exchange take place at Walmart off of I-20 in Grand Prairie, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you know what town that Mr. Cotton resides in?
I don't know the exact time, but I know he's about 4 hours away.
Okay. Do you have any reasons for not agreeing maybe to a halfway point?
Mostly because we've been in DFW in this area locally for the last 10 years or so. This is where we, keep the child located. He moved. I didn't know that he was moving. We kind of found out after the fact. And I would prefer that it would be closer here. I do all the transporting for like school, doctor's appointments, dentists, extracurriculars, and I also have other children that I'm responsible for.
And does Mr. Cotton have any other children?
Yes.
How many other children?
As far as I know, he has one and one on the way.
Okay. And based on income information made available to the state, do you understand, and with credit for one other child, do you understand that I've calculated guideline child support is being $808 per month?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you in agreement with child support being set to that amount in this temporary order?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that when we come back for final, that amount may change?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you understand that we are going to come back for a final hearing on September 29th?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you in agreement with that?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you understand the first child support payment will be September 1st?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, I pass the witness. So I'd like to call Mr. Cotton.
You may.
Sir, what is your full name?
Damon Anthony Cotton.
And did you hear the agreed terms I previously read to the court?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand those terms?
Yes.
Are you in agreement with those terms?
Yes.
Do you believe they're in the best interest of your daughter?
Yes, ma'am.
And where are you requesting that the exchange location take place?
Well, my request was for it to be at a halfway point. We do not live 4 hours away. We live 30 hours away. I as well have other children to provide for.
One moment, Mr. Cotton. So if you would just answer the question asked, I'll give you a moment to explain in a second. So what town do you currently reside in?
Bryan, Texas.
Okay. And so a halfway point, would it be fair to say that that would be around Waco?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you be in agreement or requesting perhaps location to the northmost part of Waco?
Yes, ma'am.
Would that Road Ranger gas station previously discussed in the breakout room, would that be acceptable to you?
Yes.
And that address is 6615 I-35 North Frontage Road in Waco. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And what is the reason that you are requesting that it be a halfway point and not in Dallas?
Well, just off of the strength of being able to get that time back with my child in general, with my work schedule working for the post office, I primarily work 6 days a week. So it's already a particularly difficult situation. And then as well with my wife being 9 months pregnant and being due on September the 1st, she also isn't able to make that drive to pick up and after, even after the baby comes, it would be extremely difficult to make that full drive.
And do you understand the order today is going to be temporary?
Yes, ma'am.
And all terms in the temporary order can be reevaluated at final. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And so we are you in agreement to coming back for a final on September 29th?
Yes.
And regarding Ms. Taylor's request for non-disclosure of her address, are you in agreement or disagreement with that?
Well, I don't desire her address either way. Would I be able to speak to the incident that was brought up?
But you do agree that there was a physical altercation in December 2023?
I disagree with how it was stated.
Okay. Yes, if you want to briefly tell the court what occurred.
So there was a physical altercation on December 18th of 2023, at which point we no longer could come to an agreement on 50-50 care. Prior to that, fully we were 50-50, with me 4 days a week and her 3 days, 1 week, and then the next week I would have her 3 days and she would have her 4 days. The whole narrative that we showed up to her property is also false. Ms. Taylor created a hostile environment by moving into my apartment complex, despite there being 1,000 apartment complexes in DFW. And she moved 2 buildings down from me. When the police were called, which was when her brother came to try to kick down our door and attempt to intimidate my wife while I wasn't home, they wouldn't even file a police report because of the fact that we lived on the same property. So the whole narrative that we showed up at her place of residence, we both lived in the same parking lot. So it wasn't showing up anywhere.
And you lived there first?
Yes, ma'am. For over a year before she came over there.
Um, do you know whether or not that's still her current address?
No, I do not. As far as I know, it's not, because we had to move from the Tarrant County court system over to Dallas County.
But you previously testified you one way or another, you're not interested in having your address. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you paid hourly or salary?
I'm paid hourly.
Is that $20.38 per hour?
Yes, ma'am.
But your hours fluctuate. Is that correct?
Yes.
Had you previously provided to our office around 6 pay stubs?
Yes.
And you're paid every 2 weeks?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you understand that based on an average of those pay stubs, I've calculated guideline child support at $808 per month?
Yes, ma'am.
And you have one other child currently in existence, correct?
Yes.
And how old is that child?
She's 3.
So are you in agreement or disagreement with the child support being set to $808 a month?
I'm in disagreement.
What are you requesting that support be set to?
As far as an actual amount, I can't say. I'm not sure. The reason why I'm in disagreement is off of the strength of the employment itself with the United States Postal Service. In my role as a rural carrier associate, per the contract between the United States Postal Service and the Rural Carriers Union, in that position, I'm only guaranteed 2 days a week as far as work.
Do you
Now,
understand that the support, however, is based on the hours and the amounts that you're making now?
yes, I understand that. Yes.
Okay, so do you understand that if it changes between now and the final, that we can reevaluate the support in the final hearing on September 29th?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you understand that if the situation changes, that you may be entitled to do a modification later down the line?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Is that the only reason you have to disagree with the child support amount?
Yes, just off the strength of with such a high payment, if it does come down, because the only reason why my checks show at what they are now is due to demand and low staff shortage. So at any point in time that can change, and it can change week over week. It's not necessarily it's steady for 6 months and then 3 months is lower. It can literally change week over week.
Your Honor, I pass the witness. I will request your willingness to Ms. Taylor's request for non-disclosure of her address, the pickup location, and the child support.
I haven't heard any testimony about what this physical altercation was. It's just, so let me add, Mr. Cotton, you just say you just showed up at her house. Is that correct?
No, I did not show up at her house.
Okay.
It was in the parking lot in between both of our houses because
Okay.
she decided to move in a building over from me.
Okay. Miss Taylor, what was the physical altercation?
His wife and him, yes, we did live in the same complex, but it was a couple buildings down. Him and his wife came over to my part, they were at the bottom of my stairs where my door was located. I did not go to them. They came to me.
That's not what I'm asking you. I understand that you guys met somewhere in the middle. That's fine. Y'all lived on the same property. You met somewhere in the middle. It could have been on purpose. It could have been accidental. I don't know.
Mhm.
What was the physical altercation?
It was a fight. I fought his wife and he fought my boyfriend.
Okay. And who started the fight?
They came down to us. We were in our home.
So the altercation didn't even begin as an altercation. It began with me bringing Jack over. So we met outside to bring Jack to her.
Okay. And so how many times were the police called?
That particular night, no.
So no charges were filed.
No, ma'am.
And how many times have y'all had these types of altercations?
This was the first physical altercation. This was probably the third or fourth time they had showed up to my home.
Okay. All right. Then I will make the following rulings. I will accept the agreed portions of the order, make the agreed portions the order of the court. I find that there's no family violence and no need for a non-disclosure. Child support will be $808 per month. And the exchange place, can y'all find somewhere in Hillsborough, Miss Sweet, for them to exchange the child?
There's a Buc-ee's in Hillsborough, Your Honor.
Okay, the exchange location will be the Buc-ee's in Hillsborough. Is there anything further?
That'll be it.
No, Your Honor.
Does anyone have any questions?
So this will all be reviewed again in September
Yes, sir, it will.
29th?
Yes, sir, it will. Ms. Taylor, one altercation is not a pattern of family violence. Just because people show up at your house when you live in the same apartment complex with them and you've been exchanging a child every week does not mean that there was something out of the ordinary. And I'm sure that the two of you don't get along, but you need to learn to get along. How old is your daughter?
11.
Okay.
She's 11. You have 7 more years where you have to talk with each other and try to get along. Let's see if we can't start now. Okay. All right. Anything further?
So I guess I would have a question.
Yes, sir.
As far as when all of this would start, when the visitation would start, and then as well, how the child support would take place. Would it be through automatic withdrawal from my paycheck, or
The Attorney General will send a wage withholding order to your job. If you don't see it coming out of your paycheck, then you're obligated to pay it. Okay.
okay?
Visitation is every first, third, and fifth weekends of the month. I believe this is the 4th weekend. Am I correct? Let me check.
Sorry, I apologize, Your Honor. So it is the third. I'm looking at the wrong month. I
Yes,
believe.
this upcoming
I
weekend
believe.
will be the 4th.
However,
weekend.
Your Honor,
This is the
because
4th
parties,
weekend, so your visitation will start next weekend on the 29th of August.
Your Honor, I apologize. So they do reside over 100 miles apart, so it would be 1 week in a month with 14 days notice.
That is true. Did you hear that, Mr. Cotton?
Yes, I heard that.
Okay. So it's 1 week in a month. You have to give 14 days notice.
What is it? What does that mean exactly?
You would tell her mother. Do you have Miss? So I
So it can be any. It could be any weekend.
Any weekend.
Okay.
Yes.
With 14-day notice.
With 14 days notice. Anything further?
That'll be it.
All right. Thank you. You're both free to go.
All right.